We are looking at the footprint of McDonald's Park. This is the development for the new stadium for the Chicago Fire. This is privately funded by the Chicago Fire owner Joe Mansueto. This is a piece of property located south of downtown Chicago. This is bounded by Roosevelt to the north, railroad tracks and Clark Street to the east, Pingtom Park to the south, and the river to the west. We are talking about 22,000 plus seats specifically optimized for soccer matches. And then we have a 31,000 capacity for concerts and programming. This is huge for Chicago Fire fans, but this is huge for Chicago as a whole because we are talking about a piece of property that sat vacant for 50 years before this groundbreaking. This is a piece of property that was a rail yard for 50 years and then it sat empty. So, this is really what we need for the city of Chicago. Now, when you look at this site, you see a very straight river through here. The river actually used to bend right through this site, and then in the late 1920s, they straightened the river and then it brought more rail lines to the area, and it was a pretty good sized rail yard, as you can tell, because there were rail lines all the way across the site. Now we have to move to the 1970s and the Amtrak takeover of passenger rail operations, which consolidated the lines at Union Station, and this left the nearby Dearborn Station shut down to traffic. And the rail lines were ripped out in the late 70s, and then it has sat empty since then. We had a major fiasco in 2001 because there was a developer, a political fixer, Tony Rezko. Not the greatest history for Chicago, but he bought this property and was hoping to redevelop it, and that failed. And then it ended up getting to Related Midwest in 2016. But it took a decade for the Chicago Fire to decide this is the site that they want to build their new stadium. The White Sox, they balked at this site, and that disappointed a lot of people because they haven't built there. And then, of course, everybody's going to bring up the Chicago Bears and why haven't they found a site for a new stadium yet? But this is a big development here in the city of Chicago. This will expand the urban core. This is Pingtom Park Fieldhouse that we're looking down there. And I really just wanted to also thank everyone that watches my videos. I'd love to know what people would like to hear me talk about in upcoming videos. This is going to be a long project. My updates will keep coming. Thank you.